Hello, and welcome to Monty Musical Mondays. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to fall back into the abyss that is 2017 with this hot cover. This is going to be the first time we're doing a cover on the channel. I didn't have time to record any new content. I've been gigging super hard and been sick. So this is going to be an old project that I did back in 2017. It's a cover of one of my favorite songs of all time, Uneasy Hearts Weigh the Most by Dance Gavin Dances. I'll talk about what the song means to me and a lot about the motifs and references you'll be hearing in it. But let's just dive right in. Hope you guys enjoy Uneasy Hearts Weigh the Most by Dance Gavin Dances with a little Monty twist on it.
Impossible to hold still. Maybe we can go back to the way it was. Oh, at least let me love you the same. I've got lots to tell your children when my smile pierces through your bones, right through your bones. The grass is green inside my yard. I can make you laugh so fucking hard. It hurts you inside your she smells like heaven. Been best friends since we were 11. And oh my god, I like her. Yeah, I heard you like her. Baby, I thought that we had something compared to him. I'm next to nothing. And oh my god, I like her. Yeah, I heard you like her. As long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. My baby's all dressed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. Let me show
Hi, Cody. I'm living with Cody now. It's super sweet because he can just stop in.
This is my room.
Oh, can you ask me things about the track? That might be an easier way to do it once I'm done if you have any questions. I know you don't, but you can pretend.
No, dude, I have plenty of questions.
Oh, sweet. So I'm going to start with what I plan on
You're
talking.
just pulling that shit right in my fucking eye.
I'm going to edit that out.
No, keep that in.
No, I don't want to use fuck more than it was in the song.
Fuck.
So that was Uneasy Hearts 2017. I recorded that one in 2017. The reason it didn't come out then is because I could never get the vocals quite right until 2018 when I actually played a gig with the singer that originally did that song. His name's Kurt Travis. The band was Eternity Forever. I played a show with them with one of my projects, Del Pelson. And after the show, I was talking to him, and I was talking about how I was doing a cover of it. And then I realized I should just record the vocals, so I did. And then I didn't post it for another year because I never had a video. About 6 months ago, I recorded the video for this, I edited it, and I hated it. And then I didn't release it again until now because we need to. And because it's about time it gets out there, I've been kind of putting this off for too long. That song, Uneasy Hearts Way the Most, is one of like my personal just go-to songs, Never Feeling Down. My buddies, senior year of high school, and we all started getting into Dance Gavin Dance. And
Fucking phenomenal band.
yeah, no, they're incredible. And a lot of Cody's future guitar work, I'm not going to say anything. We all started getting into Dance Gavin Dance, and when that happened, this song was what stuck out to us as just our personal favorite. We'd all learned on guitar. We jam out to it. Almost every single one of the references I do in this, we did together just hanging out. So I knew since senior year of high school I wanted to do a cover of this song. This is also one of... Dude, drink that water. Oh my god. This was one of my most down the rabbit hole covers I've ever done. There's a lot of times whenever I'm working on covers where I don't feel stressed about having to make something that's going to be, perfectly sound. Because the version of it that is already phenomenal exists, I just have fun throwing all sorts of elements in it. So you can really hear that a lot on this one. Picked back up my flute from my old family house. And I had been practicing it a bit. I thought I'd throw a little bit of that in there. This song has just been a huge part of my life. One of my best friends from college, the first time him and I bonded was over this song. And he told me how to play the guitar part on a bus coming back from a classical band trip where we were playing concert band music. And on the way back, he was telling me how to play the guitar part. You know those jams that you just go back to and they just resonate with you for the rest of your life? This is one of those. So I'm really glad that I'm just having it out there so it exists now. I fell down from... You don't have any questions?
I do.
What do? You gotta be more in the light. Here, come over here. Nice.
One thing that I was particularly drawn to in the video was your naked baby face.
Alright. I didn't think that would be the question.
So, what's like the deal with your facial hair? Like, is it the thing now where like you just don't like it being shaven? Or shaved, I should say. I don't think shaven's a word.
The day I recorded the video for this was one of those days. I don't know if any of y'all have had these where you wake up and you just are feeling horribly anxious and stressed and not happy with yourself, and you're like, I just gotta do something.
So you just fucking shave all your facial hair off?
So I shaved all my hair off. I told myself I'm finally gonna record that video, and I did. And you can see very clearly in the beginning of that video. And a lot of times in this video where I was not my normal energetic self, I start to get into it on certain parts of it. And recording this video helped me honestly get out of a rut. When I was rewatching it, it very quickly made me realize I shouldn't put it out. There was actually an edit that I had done of it that was better. It's still not great, but I had deleted all the files. It's been so long.
Well, that was one of my questions.
You got more than one? Maybe you got a musical question?
All right, so you played every single instrument that was on that track.
Yeah.
And you did all the mixing and editing by yourself. What was like the biggest struggle when that was the case? Where like in that process, or like did everything kind of just roll smoothly? Like learning parts on certain instruments, was that difficult at all or no?
I actually really lucked out. The hardest thing for me on that was guitar. I actually did another cover of this song before for a project when I was in college, so I had already had to learn the guitar parts. And for the rest of that, I've been jamming on that so long with my homies that it was just flowing. Every single element was just, it was a manic episode for me where at like 8 o'clock, because I was working then at a music shop, I got out of work, I came in, I started working, and then I just didn't stop working until 4 a.m. And it was just nonstop adding elements. I remember the first export I bounced, I then brought to work. It was a Saturday after that. I was showing it to my buddy, and I was so stoked that I had it, and I was listening, like you always do when you do a recording, and you're like, that's not at all how I thought it would sound. So after that, it was a sort of long mixing process. I still was learning how to mix. I still am. I'm still a long ways out.
I think that's always like a learning process.
Yeah.
You're never like as good as you're ever going to be at
Yeah.
mixing.
That's when I really ironed everything out. I remember I had a lot of different drum sounds I had to hunt down to make it work. But from start to finish, it was straightforward. Everything just went in and was pretty much how it is now. I originally was just going to do just a keyboard version of it. Or just me doing keyboard and singing.
Mm-hmm.
But I very quickly found out you can't interpret a post-hardcore breakdown without guitars and like still keep it having energy. Especially this breakdown. It's such a weird kind of breakdown because it's really nonsensical.
All right, cool. And then my other question
Yeah?
is going to be, we touched a second ago on Dance Gavin Dance
Yeah.
being a really good band.
Yeah.
How would you say that they've like influenced you as far as songwriting or structure or like any of that stuff goes? Like, has that ever like really kind of been at the forefront of any of your like writing projects or?
I've actually talked with someone who was super close with the members of the band and gotten to hang out with every member of the band. And they're a great group of guys. If you don't already listen to it and you at all like Pierce the Veil and any of them, you've probably already heard of Dance Gavin Dance. But they've got such a good production value to their songs that I think anyone can really dig deep. A lot of their lyrics are more just nonsensical, especially all the screamo parts. Now, the individual vocalists, what I really like what they do is they don't get anything too specific.
They leave a lot of things up to interpretation rather than just kind of like being in your face like,
Yeah.
this is the purpose of this song.
Yeah, and
Okay.
especially their new singer, Tillian. Most of when I got into them, it was like Downtown Battle Mountain 2. After that, it was just when Tillian was a part of the band.
Yeah,
And-
that's the singer they have now.
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
I love that dude's voice. It's like when he gets into that like higher register, it's like a nice s'more on a cold night.
His vocal phrases are... I don't know why I didn't click for me immediately. A nice s'more on a cold night. His vocal lines and the way he phrases a melody, where it's got that really sensual groove.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to do a lot of uncommon melodic leaps and resolve them in these really nifty ways. He's got a lot of longer phrases. I always like their drummer. His kind of hardcore but still in the pocket groove is something that I've just always been in love with.
Well, dude, they can flip the switch from like super intense in your face to like just total funk grooves.
Yeah, total
in
funk.
a second.
And they've also got oddly melodic kind of sounds. There's a song of ours, it's called Nightfall, and on that one you can definitively hear a lot of Dance Gavin Dance influence as we start to get to the bridge. The band itself is just one of those bands that was always my go-to sort of feeling down, helping me get back out of stuff. This is really cliche and edgy. All throughout college, whenever I was feeling not so great, I would hop on my penny board, skate around campus for like 2 hours, just cranking Dance Gavin Dance, Downtown Battle Mountain 2, whatever I had torrented at the time.
Now you might hate me for saying this.
Yeah.
But I kind of have always seen them since I started listening to them and really getting into them. I've seen them as more of like a more hardcore version of Incubus, but like not in like a lyrical sense. You know what I'm saying? Though?
I don't hate Incubus.
Okay, he doesn't let me use phaser pedals because Incubus. Anyway,
Because Incubus.
so I like it for the simple fact that like them and Incubus have a very similar structure to how all the members of the band play their roles. Like you got the drummer and the bass player are always locked in tight together, kind of keeping the groove down.
Yeah, as it should
whatever
be
part.
from the dawn of time. That's
Right, and that's
if your
that's,
drummer and your bass player are not together, then you don't have a band.
right, and that's something that every band should do.
Yeah.
But specifically, they keep the groove because nothing else in the band keeps the groove. You've got the guitar player.
So
The
Will Swan, the guitar player, just doesn't give a fuck.
He'll play any fucking part that he wants to over that shit, and I think it's so cool because you have all these crazy like technical.
And oddly melodic. I grew up on classical music, and a lot of I played classical bassoon throughout my entire life, and whenever I was listening to his stuff, I was like, it's not even just like a technical riff. The phrase structure, if you slow it down, is like a classical, melodic, beautiful melody. And he's just grooving hard as shit. And he has no musical background other than like his ear, what he's listened to and what he loves. So it doesn't matter the names of the chords you're playing. You just gotta give up and give in to what sound you want to create. That's the magic of these musicians who just have these godlike ears.
Back to the point that I was trying to make was that like the guitar player will just kind of do his own thing on top. Like if you separated what the bass and the drums are doing from the guitar, they might not even sound like they're part of the same song.
Yeah.
Like separately. They're totally different parts laying on top of each other. Normally during a verse part where you got like crazy guitar stuff going on and really fast all over the place grooves, and then everything will kind of just like at the same time just switch into this nice real big airy chorus.
Yeah.
Where the melody of the vocals really carry through, and now everyone's kind of more so on the same page. So it's almost kind of like bursts of holding your breath, waiting for the tension to break, and then boom, now you can breathe again. It's almost like getting like waterboarded, but like not in a bad way.
Like good waterboarding, like you're into that stuff, you know, like you're a little bit into that.
It's a little kinky. Every time I listen to Dance Gavin Dance, I don't know how to feel. Like I'm like, I don't. Yeah. I like this too much. Is that?
There are 2 or 3, I don't remember honestly, but there's 2 that I remember, musical references in that song to some other charts or maybe some memes. If you find those, feel free to comment them below. We have a bunch of CDs from our first EP.
Hey.
We Are Monty that I can ship to you if that means anything. I'm never going to say what they are on my own. So I thought it'd be fun just to hide that little bit in there. Hey! So that was Monty Musical Mondays. This is part 3. We're going to be uploading every MP3 for the songs that we've done from now on SoundCloud, where you can download the MP3. You can stream it online. Maybe down the line we'll choose to upload it to Spotify, all that. For now, if you want to listen to just the audio, that will be your best bet. So check out our link in the description. Hop on over to that if you want to check that out. As always, it's so great being able to do these things. That was Monty Musical Mondays. Thank you, and have a great rest of your week.